I'm Kunz, president of the Trans-Orient Development Institute. We're here in downtown Los Angeles for the Trans-Orient Development and Urban Real Estate Conference.
This has been a fantastic event, bringing together the leading thinkers, movers, and shakers in getting transit-oriented development off the ground in cities across the country and around the world.
My name is Diridon, Sr. I'm the Executive Director Emeritus of the Mineta Transportation Institute and chair of the U.S. High-Speed Rail Association Board. Now that we're building high-speed rail and we're building the other transportation modes in America, we haven't yet solved the issue of this first and last mile of getting people from their homes to the home end of the transit system and from the business end of the transit system to their jobs. And if we can encourage infill on top of and around rail stations, then we have satisfied the home end of that program by allowing people to live on top of or around transit and walking to transit, taking a bike to transit, and then not having to take their car on that first leg of the trip.
Hi, my name is Melissa DuMond. I'm the Director of Planning and Integration with the California High-Speed Rail Authority. I am excited to be here today at the Transit-Oriented Development Conference because I'm excited to learn from our peers in the transit industry about best practices in transit-oriented development. The California high-speed rail system is a unique opportunity to connect with all the markets in the state of California in a way that the U.S. has never seen before. Our examples are international, and we're trying to translate that international phenomenon to the United States and, in fact, to California. Density is extremely important to the ridership of high-speed rail, and high-speed rail is an enterprise, and density of development in and around our stations is a key, and transit-oriented development is a key to making that happen. So we're excited to be here today and excited to talk to this group and learn from this group. Thanks for having us.
My name is Sean Brooks. I am the Department Manager for Real Estate and Property Development for the San Francisco Bay Area Rapid Transit District. In my role, I oversee all of the real estate transactions on behalf of the district, as well as the build out of our right-of-ways and our extensions. Critical to that is really transit-oriented development, so really creating complete communities in which we attempt to maximize density and enhance the quality of life of our riders in our station areas. It's very important to our future because we only have one opportunity to do it right. Land use decisions, once they're made for a pretty long time. So we want to be thoughtful in making sure that we design the right product and the right improvements for an area, and basically building the infrastructure that can provide for that growth within our region.
Hi, my name is Mia Kong, and I'm president of Domus Development. We are an affordable housing developer in the state. We focus primarily on infill development and transit-oriented development statewide. The TOD Institute conference is a really important forum for a lot of information to be exchanged. I think it's a great place for professionals working in the field, as well as policymakers working on tough decisions for their cities, to come together, talk about ideas, meet one another, vet concepts, and really just find a place to have a conversation. And I think a lot of folks can gather and participate, and I think it's a very worthwhile organization and a great conference, and we look forward to many more in the future.
My name is Jenna Hornstock. I'm a Deputy Executive Officer in Countywide Planning here at LA Metro. That means that I manage our joint development program, as well as our parking management program and a couple of our other key TOD initiatives. I'm here at the conference. I was happy to be able to be on a panel to talk about thinking more comprehensively about transit-oriented development. and I talked about our joint development program and how we've been in a period both of tremendous growth and active work program, but as well as thinking more comprehensively about how we transform what we do to focus on a community context, to engage community stakeholders and bring great retail services, community amenities, and a range of housing to our sites. All the work that we're doing and thinking about transit-oriented development is critical because we are building the future. We are changing the way Americans live, city by city, to be more focused on transit-supportive, compact communities. So everything we're talking about is really creating the future community where people can live a better, healthier, more sustainable life.
Hi, my name is Jim Ledford. I'm mayor with the city of Palmdale, and we're here at the TOD conference to learn about elements of a station and what it all includes. And so today I was able to present, kind of where we're at as a city. We're just starting our TOD process. I just had our first public meeting, so we're trying to extract from our residents what they might like to see, but at the same time you have to kind of inspire. You have to show them options and possibilities, and so that's why I'm here at the conference, to take some of this back, and then it'll become part of our public process. So I find the conference to be quite insightful and gives me some inspiration and shows me possibilities that we can incorporate in our design and create a station that really does renew and reinvest, I guess, back into our neighborhood where this platform will be. And when you're the site of possible two systems converging in Palmdale, that creates quite an opportunity for to do something right and maybe redesign a part of town that really needs some help. And I think after today I've learned that there are great options in how to get us there. So anyway, it's been fun.
I am Todd Litman, Executive Director of the Victoria Transport Policy Institute. I do a lot of research on the economics of transit-oriented development and the benefits of high-quality public transit. I'm here at this conference to talk about the research I'm doing, looking at the direct benefits that transit-oriented development can provide to households, to businesses, and local communities. For example, since households often make trade-offs between housing and transportation costs, I do some calculations that show if a household chooses a house with lower transportation costs, so they can go from owning 2 cars to 1 car, or 1 car to becoming car-free, they're freeing up $5,000 or $10,000 a year in avoided transportation costs that can be invested in housing. And in my presentation yesterday, what I showed is that a typical household that chooses transit-oriented development accrues $64,000 in additional equity after 10 years and about $500,000 in additional equity after 25 years. So there are many benefits to households of choosing more accessible transit-oriented location or neighborhoods, and I think we need to do a better job of communicating those benefits to people affected.
So my name is Angie Fox, and I am the President and CEO of the Crystal City Business Improvement District, which is in Arlington, Virginia, the Washington, D.C. area. And our job as the Crystal City BID is to transform the way people see, perceive, and experience Crystal City. We like to say, give it a soul. Crystal City is one of the original transit-oriented developments before TOD was a buzzword. But we love participating in this conference and working with the TOD team because that is such a fundamental part of what we're doing and using in terms of transforming Crystal City, rebuilding it, refilling vacancy, and really expanding the community as a whole. So one of the very interesting conversations today was, TOD is an interesting buzzword to policy people, which is a lot of what a big piece of what a lot of us do. But the key is TOD is a means to build people-centric communities, and that's really what we want. We want walkable urban communities with great places and great people that are surrounding us and great activities and great events. But the key is that transit is a fundamental piece of that and moving people around and getting them connected. But it's just a piece. That's the infrastructure, but it is a necessary component to make sure we do have those people-centric communities, and that's really what gives us vibrance and color and excitement and high energy, which is also what we want. That's the kind of communities that we want to be part of.
Hi, I'm Jacob Lieb. I'm the Sustainability Policy Manager at LA Metro. So I work on helping Metro with all of its investments and new infrastructure, try to make Los Angeles a more sustainable place to live, and we try to give people the best options for getting around town that we can. I'm going to be talking at the conference today about how active transportation, which means cycling and walking in any way that you get around that doesn't involve using a motor vehicle, is increasingly important part of how Los Angeles is built and developed and how people experience the city. Los Angeles is a big city, and you know, as people like to say, we've been in love with the automobile for a long time in Los Angeles. But you know, we're seeing a lot of excitement, interest, and investment around public transit, and then a lot of excitement that builds off of that, particularly around bicycles with events like Ciclovia. But there's a lot of catching up to do. We don't have a lot of the facilities that we would like to have for cyclists and for pedestrians, and we don't have, you know, all the resources that we would want to have to make those investments that as well or as quickly as we'd like.
The conference is an important event, and the timing is pretty important as well, because this is when we are on the verge of a paradigm shift in the way we build communities, the way we move people around, and it provides a much better lifestyle, a greener lifestyle, and it involves investment in cities and providing full communities that people of all different income levels can live and have a more affordable, more enjoyable lifestyle.
Good morning. My name is Saud Nahar, and I'm the project manager of the Riyadh, Saudi Arabia TOD. I'm here to learn from the TOD Institute and all the participants about their experience in TOD, and to see how it's applicable in my city. We have a huge metro project ongoing in the city, and we want to benefit from all the experience we can get. So this is why we are here. We had a great time. The conference was very helpful and useful for us, and we thank everybody here. So thank you very much.
I'm CTBN. I'm working with CH2M Hill. The trip that brought us to the TOD Los Angeles is a great opportunity and experience for us. We are currently working with the Area Development Authority in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We're building world's largest Riyadh Metro program. It's a $25 billion program. The next generation to the Riyadh Metro is the transit-oriented development. So this experience to come in, participate in the workshop will fulfill some of the questions and expertise that we need to build up our future TOD development in Riyadh. And so far, there's a wealth of knowledge and experience from all the speakers, and it's really helpful to get insightful information. What are some of the key elements and risk factors that we need to look out for it as we plan our transit-oriented development plan in Riyadh, city of Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Good morning. My name is Henry Pontarelli. I'm one of the owners and vice president of Lisa Wise Consulting. We're a 12-person land use planning and economics firm. We've got offices in San Francisco, here in downtown Los Angeles, which we're very excited about, and in San Luis Obispo. We do long-range planning, focusing mainly on codes and ordinances and innovative approaches to code. Lisa Wise, who's the president of the company, is the chair of the Form-Based Code Institute. We're working on several really exciting projects, including Austin, in Austin, Texas, in Las Vegas, and a whole host of projects in Southern California, including Burbank, Rancho Cucamonga, Long Beach. Very pleased to be here today. Much of our work focuses on creating better cities and creating better communities, which means better transit, which means more walkability, which means less traffic and more access to amenities. And that's one of the reasons we're here at the conference.
Good morning, I'm JOANNE CARRAS with Grapevine Development, CFO and president of a development company that focuses on urban infill transit, mixed use. And what brought us here today was one of our architects that specializes in transit master planning and invited us, and so we're here getting confirmation of our projects and planning. Yes, I'm very inspired by some new ideas for the placemaking and the space, open space amenities. But I also really found the statistics intriguing on how the shift in different demographics are moving to more transit development and mixed-use communities.
My name is Armand Habibi. I'm General Counsel to the Riyadh Development Authority, which is responsible for all significant development in Riyadh, which is now a city of 6.5 million people. I've been the General Counsel for the past 38 years, having previously been a Wall Street lawyer. I find the experience I've enjoyed in Saudi Arabia to be quite unique and very rewarding. We've just launched a transit program. We're building 180 kilometers of metro. Our project cost overall is about $23 billion, and we spend another $8 billion on the bus network. What we're here, why we are here, because we've also set up a TOD unit, even though the metro system does not run yet, does not exist. So what we want to do is have the TOD up and running, and possibly with at least one prototype project by the time we open the actual metro for transporting Mr. X from point A, or Mr. X or Mrs. X or Miss X. And it'll be open, of course, to all people at all times. There'll be no discrimination, whether you're a man, a woman, a child, and it's a very safe environment where there's simply no crime. So Saudi Arabia is now embarking on, it is the greatest single expenditure on metro at this point, $23 billion. So we want to make it happen, not only to transport from point A to B, but to create the TODs we've been speaking about the last 2 days. We've learned a lot, and we'll maintain, hopefully, some link to the Institute. So as we evolve, and as you evolve, maybe we'll evolve together. Thank you very much.